Should the Jedi be put on the endangered species list? Episode 8 has a title, and we're talking The Last Jedi this morning on Screen Junkies News. The wait is over, Star Wars fans. You can put down your Roman numerals for a moment because Star Wars Episode 8 has a new title, The Last Jedi. We're deep diving into everything from font choice to word color. With me to discuss is the Lobot to my Lando, Dan Merle. Thanks for being here. And the Nine Nub to my Lando, Erica Ishii. Hello, co-pilot. Hello, guy that makes my life work from day to day.
Yes.
Guys, so again, directed by Rian Johnson, we've announced the title, The Last Jedi. Erica, you're our resident fan and BB-8 dress wearer. How are you feeling?
This is great. It's super good. It feels strong and in line with, the grandeur of the previous titles, I would say. I'm just really excited that we're getting news about this, you guys. It's just really good. Any day that we get Star Wars news is a good day.
So, we've got, let's get into the word last. There's a lot of people on Twitter saying this title feels kind of generic. How do you guys feel about that?
Well, poor Jedi. I mean, they just returned.
Yeah,
and now we're back down to the last one already.
Yeah.
Again.
They got back. They woke back up.
They did.
Yeah.
The Force awokened.
Yeah.
Awoke.
And now
awakened.
We're back down to the last one.
And now we're back down to the Last Jedi. It's very. I feel like this trilogy now seems like they're very kind of epic. Mm-hmm. Kind of very old Hollywood, The Force Awakens, The Last Jedi.
Yeah,
they're very, kind of like epic titles.
People have been kind of hitting it for saying it feels kind of standard, but I like the Star Wars trilogy felt kind of standard.
And the prequels were kind of B-movie, The Phantom Menace, Attack of the Clones.
I mean, they specifically, we parody their titles now, Strikes Back and Revenge of or Return of. It comes from an era in which that was more commonplace, but it's the Star Wars films that we parody when we call our parody sequels that.
Exactly. So, guys, Dan, I'll throw this to you. How seriously are we taking the word last? Because we've had a last lots of things. Samurai, starfighters.
My favorite,
dinosaurs.
Of Us.
Yeah, The Last of Us. Yeah,
Right.
But no, we've had a lot of last. So,
unfortunately, X-Men: The Last Stand was not the last stand for many of the X-Men. No, I think that until we get a trailer, until everyone's sitting in the theater in December, there's going to be obviously a lot of speculation around this. I'm going to choose to view it fairly on its face by saying, this is probably a reference to Luke Skywalker. We know that he is the last Jedi. It ended with him literally unmasking himself as the last Jedi. So for now, I'm going to choose to say, okay, we ended with Luke. This is a confirmation that this is going to be Luke's movie. Yeah. Which is great because we saw so little of him in episode 7.
Right. And, if we're going by the Last Samurai rules, it's Ken Watanabe. So it's Mark Hamill is the last Jedi, I think. I think they're moving away from the paradigm of Sith Jedi because even Kylo Ren, as probably the last Sith, is not strictly Sith. He's kind of generic.
He's this Knight of Ren.
Yeah. So I think that Luke is going to be. This is the training movie. This is her Rocky. Rey is going to be something beyond Jedi. I think something a little less black and white.
So we've had decades now of red lightsabers versus blue and green lightsabers and occasionally purple ones, and decades of Sith and Rules of Two and Jedi. Is this movie setting up the end of that and setting the stage for Star Wars to have something new?
I don't think you can do Sith again. Because if you do Sith again, you've just completely undone. They've already undone about. And I love The Force Awakens, but they've already kind of undone 75% of what the original trilogy did. It's just everything has a new name. So I think if you bring the Sith back, then it's almost like, then it seems like everything that was accomplished at the end of Return of the Jedi was kind of useless because everything came back. The Empire's back, the Sith is back. So I feel like, you're bringing the Jedi back, which is great. I think you keep Kylo Ren and what he's doing. I like what they're doing with Kylo Ren. Kylo Ren is actually one of my favorite parts about The Force Awakens because he was tapping into a kind of power that wasn't the same as the Sith. It was very kind of chaotic and unwieldy, and even he didn't quite know what he was doing. I love the fact that the dark side doesn't have guidance, and in these new movies, they're just kind of like, listen, we don't know what we're doing either. I can do that, but I don't know. I can't control you doing that, but I can do this, and I like the fact that they're literally just kind of flailing around.
I liked the vents.
Yeah.
The vents were very indicative of the whole paradigm.
You know, and even on the other side of things, Rey would do something and be like, I don't know.
There's nobody left. Nobody left with the knowledge except for Luke, the Last Jedi.
And even Luke was never completely trained. He had a short time of training with Yoda, but
He did.
I mean, you could argue that he's not even fully Jedi.
Yeah, I mean,
because he's
and
still dark. He has a darkness in him.
most of that training was just singing about seagulls. So we know that.
He had like a long weekend and like a follow-up
Yeah, it was a nice trip.
appointment, and that was it. That was his
Nice
training.
weekend
Yeah.
workshop. So, guys, we promised the internet some really serious discussion about font and font colors. Erica, it's red. What's it mean?
Okay, so the last time that we really had a definitively canonically red font was for Revenge of the Jedi, when it was still called Revenge of the Jedi. When it was changed to Return of the Jedi, which was, I feel, a lot more appropriate because Jedi don't seek revenge. It was the typical yellow. But I think that a lot of people are scared that this means things are going down. But Rian Johnson said that he doesn't want it to have that sort of dark feeling that Empire had. He wants it to be lighter and more lighthearted.
Maybe one of the first times that someone has said the second movie in their trilogy is not The Empire Strikes Back of their
Right.
trilogy.
Right.
And that's weird because it's a Star Wars movie.
It is. Well, yeah, but I also think that just storytelling-wise, it's a trilogy. And it's not a very interesting story if in part one the good guys win, and then in part two the good guys still win, and then part three is the ultimate triumph of the good guys continuing to win. This is not very interesting. That's why Attack of the Clones, one of the things that it did do was it set up a way for the good guys to win and the bad guys to win. So it's like, the Jedi defeat this enemy, but deep underneath, actually, it's a big win for the burgeoning at that time, the Empire. So I think, I agree, Rian Johnson, he has to avoid, avoiding Empire Strikes Back is hard for every other trilogy that isn't Star Wars, and now Rian Johnson is literally making the Empire Strikes Back movie of this trilogy. So he has to run away from that analogy at all costs because he will never get out from under the shadow of that. But I do think if we're gonna get into colors and stuff, you do need to set this up as a different movie.
And I think that they had to have market researched and made a deliberate choice when choosing the red font. So I think it means something. I'm not sure what yet. We have no idea what any of this means, but we do know that Rian Johnson said that he's not going to try to make it Empire or overly dark, but that the last time that we had red font was Revenge of the Jedi.
Well, and people talk about how dark Empire was. It wasn't that dark. I
Yeah.
mean, it's not like it ended with everyone dying or anything. It had some
Well,
very
there was a
heavy moments, but
cliffhanger.
it also had C3. Don't get up! Oh no! Like it was.
Right.
I mean,
He was a backpack
people
for
kind of
most of it.
retroactively paint Empire as like the darkest. This had a space slug coming out of an asteroid that eat the
Sure.
Millennium
Yeah.
Falcon. So it's.
And you could argue even that events from The Force Awakens were darker than Empire.
Many of them much weightier, much more impactful, and Empire set the story off in a great direction and had a great reveal, but it's not like this pitch black dark movie that was it's so dark. Like it's not that dark.
So I feel like we're probably looking forward more to not so much the tone, because who cares, story over tone. So more this weird new direction we kind of feel like the Star Wars trilogy may go.
We're supposed to learn a lot about the lead characters, about Rey, Poe, and Finn, what they're doing in this world, where they're going, and I'm really looking forward to a lot of the character development in this film.
Right on.
Yeah.
So guys, I think we're all on the same page. It's Luke. We're referring to Luke.
I think it's
so.
Luke.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Not a whole lot of discussion there. Obviously, Rey and Kylo are gonna play into this, but yeah, the rules of Last Samurai.
Yeah.
I think we're referring to Luke Skywalker.
Poe Dameron's
as-
gonna be dashing and charming, and I bet BB-8's gonna be cute.
Yep.
I'm going to go out on a limb. I'm going to say BB-8's going to be cute in this movie.
Phasma will also be there. Charlie.
God, she'd better be there.
Charlie, the Han Solo to my Lando. What are they saying on the internet?
I get to be Solo?
Sure.
Wow.
I'm not prepared for this moment at all. So we did ask the internet who they thought The Last Samurai could be. Last Samurai. Ha! We got Samurai in my head.
Yes.
Who The Last
For all
Jedi
intents
could
and
be.
We're
purposes,
talking about
Jedi
the
are
Last
samurai,
Starfighter.
though.
I mean, I did it too.
For real, though.
So Lucas wanted us to know right off the top, Jedi is plural.
Yes.
Or can be plural, so maybe we're talking about a bigger group. Nolan Dean wanted us to know that he thinks it's Kylo Ren. He was the last ever Jedi, and it's a story about him and Luke having to face a monster he helped create. We'll see about that. I think we're all excited for maybe those of us who watched Avatar Last Airbender, hoping Kylo does a Zuko thing. We'll see. Victor L says, I love this. Let's wait for when they translate it to other languages, then we'll know. Because if it's in a language that puts a pronoun to it, then maybe we'll know if it's man, woman, or plural.
Oh.
That's
really clever.
That is some top-notch detective work.
That's real good.
pretty
Real
smart.
smart internet. Real smart. Thanks,
Hire
Charlie.
that man.
Guys, thanks for hanging out and talking Star Wars with me. Internet! We want to know what you guys think. Who is the Last Jedi? Is it Luke? Is it Rey? Is it going to be a whole new generation of younglings like me? That's what I hope it is. Guys, let us know in the comments or tweet at us at SJ News. And as always, thanks for watching. And click in this general area for some more internet. Make sure to subscribe to Screen Junkies News. Thanks for hanging out.